Are you happy in the way you live your life right now? Are you happy? Be honest. Are you happy with, like, are you really fulfilled? On Sunday, are you excited to go to work? In this relationship, are you never yearning for more? Are you happy? Content with everything? Maybe you are, okay? But just know, the easiest thing to say is, yeah, I'm happy. But just know that by saying I'm happy, you might be repelling yourself from maybe the best life ever, the best life you could ever imagine for yourself, the best life that would fit you, and a so fulfilling life with a crazy amount of happiness. You could say no to that by saying, yeah, I'm happy. Because you never become aware of the fact that, okay, I'm unhappy, so how do I improve this, okay? Better be honest now and come to terms with, like, the fact that, okay, yeah, maybe I'm not living my life in the best way. Rather do that than live your entire life in a lie, and then, yeah, you'll regret it on the end of your life in that deathbed, you know? You want to live like that, okay? Do you want to live like that? Seriously. I'm referring to God a lot in this video because that's my belief, but you can just use all of this with your own beliefs, okay? So you think we were put on this earth to suffer? Oh, by the way, my name is Johnny. Welcome back to my channel. Do you really believe we were put on this earth to suffer? Do you believe that? So you believe God put your soul on this earth just to suffer, just to, like, go through life, pain after pain, and then just work in this stupid job with these abusive people, narcissists, okay, who make fun of you every single day. Work like that just so you have food on the table, and you were meant to live like that the whole of your life with all of the stress, your abusive partner, all of that, your mental health issues, all of that. You were meant to live your entire life like that, and then just wait till your pension, then just be there, try to enjoy everything amidst all of this pain, and then die. Do you think that's why God put you on this earth? Do you really think that way? Okay? And also, stop thinking, is it realistic, blah, blah, blah. Honey, do you know how we're on this earth? Like, it's a miracle that we can even breathe. We're literally like souls on a planet in, like, a bowl. And I don't know if you realize that, okay? I don't know if you're aware about that fact. Do you know how big the chances are of you being alive? 1 in a billion. In a trillion, a billion here. And you're here, oh, I don't know if it's realistic or not. It is realistic, okay? Self-belief, that's something about me. I've always believed in myself, no matter what anyone said, because there's no way I won't live a fulfilling life. I won't let that. Because the way most people live their life, I won't be fulfilled. I would be depressed, I would. Myself, because I don't want to live life like that. I don't want to live life, okay? I need, like, something creative, because that's me. I need something deeper going on. I can't live my life just like most people live it, and then, like, just live to my pension, okay? You know, I can't live life that way. But that's just me, you know? I literally don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 80, 70, 90. Like, at least you come to the terms now with, okay, maybe I didn't live to my purpose, wasn't happy. You can cry, okay? You can cry. At least you come to the terms with that now than never, okay? Now is better than never, okay? And honey, you didn't waste those years. You didn't waste those years. Maybe you feel like you did, but in a year's time you'll notice. I'm confident in that fact. Wait a year, then you'll notice you didn't waste those years, okay? You weren't meant to have these realizations earlier. 99.999% of people, they would never come to the terms with that. Do you know how strong it is that you come to terms with that? Do you know how strong you are? The later you do it, the more strong you are. Like, most people, when they come to a certain age, they don't want to become aware of that fact. But you did. Look into yourself in the mirror and say every day, okay, wow, that is amazing. Actually, I'm strong. I came to that realization 99.99% of people wouldn't do. So you're stronger than 99.9% of the people. Rather become honest with yourself now and come to terms with that. And then now is amazing. Don't look at the past, look in the future. Now is amazing. Now you can fulfill your purpose and live the next years in your happiest way ever, okay? Also realize a lot of people like nowadays, or like in general in society, they say, yeah, you need to work, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people like working the whole time, like they like the stimulation and stuff. Often it's a coping mechanism because of trauma or something. But some people actually like doing that. But you don't need to work like you're like just for the sake of working. I know it's marketed in society that way, but maybe for you, a fulfilling life also is that you like, maybe you do want to work a bit, and maybe you also do want to like have these healthy habits and stuff, but maybe you're happy with a certain amount of money as well, but maybe you also just want to relax a lot of the time, and maybe that's fulfilling for you, okay? Everyone has a different purpose, and every person who was put on this earth has a different, unique reason why God wanted you to be put on earth, okay? There's a reason you're here. God created you in a certain way to do something special. And on the end of the day, you don't know how special it is. Maybe you were meant to change the world. Maybe you can change the world now. If you just like work harder now. Even if you're like 90 or whatever, maybe if you work hard now, you can literally change the world. But you don't know. You don't know. No one knows. Also, no one knows how good it can get. So that's why it's also so weird about being realistic and stuff, because on the end of the day, who knows being realistic? Your parents or whoever, they don't know better what is realistic than you do. Why should they know what is realistic? Only God knows that, what is realistic, okay? You don't know how good stuff can get. You don't know how big the limit is. So why don't you set like a limit that is this high, like as far as from here to the moon, that is your limit of how good it can get. Then like say, okay, the limit is here, but actually it would have been here, but then you just settle for here because you think better isn't possible, you know? Oftentimes these people who are like, yeah, to like rich people, I don't know if they'll be able to maintain that lifestyle or whatever. I honestly think those people are just actually angry at themselves because they never tried to live that lifestyle. And that is why they use their anger to like be like, say, yeah, I don't think if they'll be able to maintain it. Is that really realistic? Is that realistic? Because they don't want to come to terms with the fact that they would have had that potential, okay? Also realize, like, the purpose, like, you also just fulfill your purpose just by being alive, okay? Just by being here on earth, that's also your purpose. Like, you're literally, you have impacts on people just by being alive, just by existing, walking through life. You may not notice it, but you have impact on people. People think of you again. You had impact on people. You change stuff just by doing nothing. You change stuff just by being you and just being here. Even if you like literally do nothing your entire life, you change if you wanted or not. And just by the person you smiled at, you change them. The person you hurt, whatever, you change them. Maybe they learned their lesson now, and now they won't. I mean, I'm not saying hurt people, and you shouldn't feel good about having hurt someone. It doesn't make you strong or whatever. But I mean, like, maybe that person said, okay, I'm not setting enough boundaries, and then they entirely changed their life. And also by you just being your authentic self, especially when you're your authentic self, it's already, you're changing so much. You literally, like, I personally believe, maybe I'm delusional about it, I don't know, but I believe me, when I'm my authentic self, I heal dozens of people, okay? I believe that. It still is hard for me, I'm still working on it, but that's what I believe. And you can believe anything you want, okay? We weren't put on this earth to suffer. No matter, I know, like, everywhere they say, yeah, life is hard, blah, 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 it just is that way. You can't, like, live a happy life, like, you have to go through hard things. Also, physical illnesses, for example, I don't believe like that God just gives us, oh, sorry, I'm referring to God so much, because that's my belief, but I don't believe that God just gives us physical illnesses just for the sake of us, just so that we can suffer. No, that isn't, God would never do that, okay? He would never do that. I believe that's either usually, I believe it's like, I believe it's due to like a mental cause, okay? So you can like, if you have an illness, you can look up what's the spiritual meaning of this illness. But I believe that like when we're ill, it's either for us to learn a lesson, or it's because there's something that we're doing wrong and we need to change just to live our happiest life, but we never change it. So this illness is kind of like the body alarming you, quickly, you need to change it, please change it. That's what I believe, okay? And like maybe if you like fix that mental thing, then it also like this illness might also go away. So you can literally change anything, honestly, Annie. Like people change so much. So many people came from poverty to rich. So many people, just read about it and that will motivate you as well. So many people completely switch their reality who are on the rockest bottom. But also realize you can literally change everything. You can change your personality. You can change you can overcome illnesses, okay? You can change everything. Also realize in the news they talk about all these negative things. They talk about plane crashes, whatever, all of this stuff. Do you know how many other amazing stuff happens on this earth every day? Every day someone overcomes cancer. Every day someone survives cancer. Every day someone survives a deadly illness, okay? But no one ever talks about it. Every day plants land safely. No one ever talks about that. Also, it could be like, let's imagine your entire life you're surrounded by people with a certain mindset. It could be that their mindset affected you in a certain way. I also notice myself, when I'm like with negative people, I notice the way they think, everything, they always see the most negative thing in it. So everything, they just think differently. Like everything is always the most negative thing. And that completely switches your thinking. And then if you like listen to them talking, that could completely switch your thinking, okay? It's true. And you don't know, maybe you can actually change. Maybe you can live like your best life, but you don't know. Maybe you could. So why don't you put on the work and then you can live your best life? And trust me, Annie, look at everything you went through. Don't you think like God will, like he saw like everything you went through, okay? And he's like, damn, poor them, they went through all of that. God can't do anything but just bless you after all of that you went through, Annie. So like if you now like work hard and like do these things, I know you've already worked hard your entire life, but if you now want to like, if you realize your power actually and like start, maybe like every week, start small, tiny habits every week just so you can get your dream life, God will bless you. Trust me, 100%. I'm confident in that fact. Sue me if I was wrong. I'm confident in that fact. All of those years of abuse, all of those things, you didn't go through that for nothing. You didn't go through life working your off every single day, sweating like crazy. Now that you have the chance, you can actually create an amazing life for yourself. Because like, I mean, like, you didn't go through all of that to just like continue that for the rest of your life, you know? You didn't go through all of that for nothing. Just imagine, maybe you were always meant to live the amazing life. Just imagine that. Maybe you were meant to live an amazing life. Okay? Also, do you know how powerful you could actually become? Everything you went through, it made you so much stronger, okay? You went through all of that, okay? You know how strong you are now? And now imagine, after all of that, imagine how powerful you could become. Imagine how powerful you could become if you were just try to become that powerful person. Just imagine. You can decide now, I'm going to write a new story for myself. Imagine, okay, your reality right now is, okay, I'm here, literally lying on the ground, and I have so many mental health issues. My partner is making fun of me every day, don't have any work. It's honestly embarrassing the way I'm living. Alright, so that is your reality right now. Maybe you could switch to reality to say, I'm rich. Maybe I am actually beautiful. Maybe I'm physically attractive. Maybe I actually do deserve a lot. Maybe I actually do. Like, why wouldn't I be worthy of it? Like, why? I don't even understand the idea of like where did that come from that you can't be worthy of something, okay? I believe anyone is worthy. Like, why wouldn't you be worth? Like, why is that even a question in the first place, your worth? Like, why? They're generations behind you, your ancestors. Maybe they never had a chance to, like, put in the work you could be putting in now. Maybe they never had that chance, okay? Maybe, like, all of these people, generations, like, 100 generations behind you never had the chance to do what you're doing now. Never had these opportunities. And imagine how grateful all of these like 1,000 people behind you, okay, all of your ancestors, do you know how proud they could be if like, okay, but now through you can live the life they were never able to live. Do you know how many people behind you were never able to embrace their voice? And now through you, they can embrace your voice. I also don't believe we were just put on this earth just like that, like, because, like, yeah, I don't know, like, some scientific thing, and then, like, they're just these humans on this earth for no reason. Like, I would think that, I mean, like, you can believe whatever you want. I'm an open-minded person. For me, and, like, the way my brain works, I honestly couldn't believe that. Like, I feel like I would be severely depressed if I would just think, yeah, we're just on this earth for no reason. Like, we're just here, like, through, like, this, chemical reason, and that's why we're here. I'm not criticizing anyone's belief here, but I feel like I'd myself, and I would be really depressed, honestly, because I can't like live life without meaning, you know? I need a meaning. Here we are, we're just meaningless creatures actually on this planet. If I would believe in that, I would be like, what is the point of this then? I need like a deeper meaning. Maybe the way you want to live your life is completely different from everyone else around you. That's okay. Maybe God had a different plan for you, okay? Maybe God had a different plan for you. And you know how powerful that is? God always blesses the special people. The black sheep. The fact that you want something different is a sign. It's powerful. Those dreams you have, God didn't put those dreams in your head for no reason. God had a plan for you. Do you really think He put those dreams in your head just that you could go through your entire life just daydreaming all the time about this dream you have? And I just think of it? You really think that? No. God had a plan for you. That is why He plants these dreams in your head. Everything you want to achieve, you're capable of achieving, and you deserve to achieve it, okay? Everything God puts in your head, He puts in for a reason. I believe, like, in a way, also, our purpose, like, by being on this earth is, like, to experience different things. So, like, by experiencing all the spectrums of emotions, I feel like that's also, like, the reason we're on this soul. Maybe the things people told you were never true, like what your parents said about, yeah, this is realistic, this is whatever. Maybe that, like the things you grew up with, of literally everyone around you, maybe that was never true. But you will never know till you try and find out. Maybe, you never know, maybe he's even laughing at you and like thinking, this person, he doesn't know what is in store. She doesn't know what is in store for him. Maybe he's literally laughing at you right now thinking, this girl, she doesn't know what's in store for her. Even if you have an idea how amazing things could get for you, it's always more than that. It is, that's a law of the universe. It's always more than you imagine. And also through that mindset of like, life is hard. Life is so hard for me. Why is it so easy for everyone else? Life is so hard. And also like, oh, this is how life is, or like, I don't know, I'm not capable of this, or like whatever. Also by this mindset of like, life is hard, I deserve to suffer, life is meant to be bad or whatever. Like by this mindset, okay, you'll just keep attracting that. You'll attract that in people, in your life, you'll literally always attract that. Your brain will create behavior that will create that, okay, trust me. That's facts. That's literally neuroscience. That I tell myself every day, life is easy. Life is fun and easy. And I tell myself also, especially for me, my life has always been fun and easy. God always tries to make my life fun and easy. And especially for me, for some reason, my life has been always way easier than for others. I always find everything way easier to do. And that's also what I create then. That's why I attract. Yeah. Also, stop thinking in these ways of like, yeah, but I mean, like, to be worthy of like earning all this money, I need to work really hard. YouTube, there are people who literally like put like one video a month, hardly edit it, get so many followers. But who said they're not worthy of like that success? Who said that? Who said that? Do you think God said that they're not worthy of that success? But He made them successful, you know? Does that make sense to you? And there are even people who get like born into like success, and just because other people work for that, it doesn't mean that you're like not worthy of like having that, and you need to suffer basically to be worthy of something. You're really strong, okay, and start realizing you're strong. Then you can be like, okay, maybe I went through all of that, even if it was tiny things you went through, or even you can say like, my ancestors went through all of that, and then maybe I am strong enough to create that reality. Maybe I am.